So wait. If you are in Canada and you wanted to, apply for PR in the future, so this thing will surely be in your way. So you should be knowing about it and how to do this process. The process I'm talking about today is called Police Clearance Certificate, PCC. So being in Canada, you will be requested to bring forward the PCC from your own country. In my case, it's India, so I will be just sharing the Indian PCC process in this whole video. So if you're from any other country, just let me know, and if I will be able to find more information on your process, I will be able to make a video on that too. So currently talking about just the Indian PCC, I'm just talking in English. Why? Just so that any audience that doesn't connect with Hindi is able to understand the whole process clearly. So we will be talking how to apply for PCC, what are the different things, different documents you should be taking care of, and I am a credible source because I applied for PCC 4 times for 4 different reasons. So I will be sharing all of that to you, and that might be a history, like a person applying for PCC 4 times. I don't know if there's anyone else right now. And basically, what I bring back to you in terms of information, in terms of what I think about the whole process, I will be sharing all that to you so that you will be, taking care of this process very carefully, because this is something that matters a lot, right? So let's start with today's video. I hope you're doing good. You're watching A Student in Canada. My name is Taran, and let's get started with this video. So first and foremost, as you're seeing, A Student in Canada has reached 1.4k subscribers. I really want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel and who are still watching but hasn't subscribed yet. So please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, if you've forgotten, if you're, just waiting for the right day. Today's the day, right? Today can be the day. Okay, so information was made helpful to you. So make sure to also, like and also follow me on Instagram, just so that we can stay connected. Okay. So first and foremost, PCC. Why do we need it, and how can we apply for it? So we need PCC for the Canadian immigration PR process. You have to ask for police clearance from your own country. In this case, it will be India. So we will be applying for an application to India, telling them, we need a police clearance certificate from them. That's like a hard copy that they send out to you, right? So we will be waiting for that, and this whole process takes 4 to 6 weeks, or it may even more than that, because BLS, who is the PCC intermediate body in this case, takes a lot of time. So I will be coming to that in a second. So right. So first of all, how can you do that? How can you apply for PCC, right? PCC you can apply for in 2 ways. First is postal. Second one is walk-in. Walk-in you can do in Toronto. You can also do that in Brampton. So there are two. So in Toronto, there's a consulate general. So you can visit there, and you can take the documents, paperwork, whatever I'm gonna tell you in few minutes later. All of that you can take there, and you can do the process. Everything will be in cash, or you can use also the card if you have. So you can make the payment upfront over there. That will be like that. But if you're doing the postal way, then the payment method will be different. You have to create a money order. I will be coming to that. So how do we do that? Let's start with that. So for PCC, you have to go to BLS India Canada.com. It gives you 3 options to begin with, right? So the first option is Toronto, second is Ottawa, third is Vancouver jurisdiction. So which area you live in falls under which jurisdiction, you have to read under each of them, right? In my case, because I live in in the GTA area, so I will be of course choosing Toronto jurisdiction. So in here I'll be going to proceed for Toronto jurisdiction, and once I go in, it gives me, like, this is the website it shows me, right? You don't have to look at the details, of course, it's not that much interesting as well. So at the header part of it, there will be an option that says passport services, right? So in that passport services, when you hover over it, it will show you police clearance certificate option. So just click on that. After that, it will open up the page for you for all the information regards to police clearance certificate for that jurisdiction. Okay. So it has right now it has 5 tabs here: information, application fees, document requirement, processing time, forms, and annexures. Right? Sometimes fees and things get changed over here, so please make sure to stay updated on the latest information. So currently the date, as per today's date, the fees for the money order should be 38.7. So 38.7 is the amount you need to put on the money order that you will be creating. So how you will get the money order created? Either you can go to your own bank, or you can go to Canada Post. So Canada Post is the very convenient method. You can just go to a Shoppers Drug Mart. Usually they have Canada Post there, so you can ask them to get a money order created. For the money order, you need to make sure that you're writing the correct payee information, right? So in here you will be you will be writing the money order under the name of BLS International Services Canada Incorporation. Always make sure to read through here, because maybe in future they change the name, so I don't want you to have outdated information, right? So make sure to read it from here. Now we will go to the document requirement. This is the main part, so you should not be skipping this one. So in jurisdiction for Toronto, right, there is a checklist and there's a form filling instructions. So form filling instruction you can go for if you want to know how to fill up the form. It's pretty easy, so nothing to be worried about. For the checklist is the most important. So make sure when you click here, you also download it, because you will be attaching this checklist to in the application that you will be sending physically. I know it's weird. Currently, the process, all of this is so much manual, so much postal, that in today's era of 2024, too, it feels kind of weird, because being in Canada, you do most of the applications via online means, but now you have to do all this via postal. This is like a very different kind of experience that you will be getting, right? So currently, if you look at the PCC list, I'm just checking at the like three types of person that they are talking about. First type is application for police clearance certificate for Indian passport holder. Second is for again PCC for foreign passport holder, and third is PCC for foreign national previously Indian citizen. For us international students, work permit holders, right, who are just first class Indian citizens, right, you will be in type A. Type A is for Indian passport holders, right? So there are 7 things that you need to have, right, in order to send this application through, right? So you have to include all these 7 things in your post that you will be sending to BLS, right, through Purolator. So make a note of it. Money order will be coming from Canada Post or your own bank, and then actual post that you will be sending this document through will be done via Purolator, right? You can so there are 2 types of way you can do the Purolator thing. Either you can request them to come to you and they can do the pickup and drop off for you, or basically you can go to the nearby Purolator in your city and you can do the same. I will suggest go to the nearby city, because that's more cheap compared to requesting them to come up. For the 7 things that you will need here, right, the first and foremost is the checklist, right? So of course this whole checklist, I don't know how many pages there are. I believe 4 pages. So all 4 pages should be there in your postal. So once you have the checklist, make sure to print it out and staple it and keep it for yourself to post it, right? First thing is checklist. Second is online application form. That is another thing. I will come to that later. Third is Indian passport original and copy. So it says original and copy, but you don't need to put original passport in the mail. When you're doing a walk-in compared to a postal thing, then they request you to have original passport as well with you, right? So it is kind of confusing. I don't know. I don't know. Like I found it too when I was first time applying for it. You just have to scan the marked pages on your passport and also front and back, right? And take all the printouts and also put it on the side to be sent, right, for the current passport that is valid. Next up is proof of address in Canada, and in brackets you will see driving license, recent utility bill, etc. So driving license is something that we all have, G1, even if you have G1, that's like a driving license, right? So don't worry about any other thing. So G1 will be sufficed for this part. So just have your G1 scanned and printed out, right? Front and back both, and then keep it on the side as well, right? Next up is status in Canada. So you have to make sure that you include your work permit, PR card, study permit, or visa, whatever you have, right? Just do a scanned copy and just print it out. Next up is photograph. So for photograph, this has to be a physical photograph that you need to take, and make sure this is not a normal, passport size photo. The requirements for the photograph is also mentioned in the checklist. If you go to the page number 3rd, and you will find this man's photo. I don't know, like if you can see right now. Let me show. Yeah, now you can. So this is the person's photo that they have given as an example. So it has to be 2 inch by 2 inch, 51 by 51, and they have given some, of course, guidelines at how it should be. So you need to follow all this, and this is how your photo should be, right? And of course, last one is the fees. So you will be creating a money order that I talked about already, right? So out of all the 7, we haven't talked about the online application form that you need to fill out before sending all of this, right? That basically needs to be there before you do any of this, right? So let's go to the online application. And next up is forms and annexure. So why we are here? Because we need to use this particular link that is present. You click here and it will open up a new website for you. So this is the portal. The portal name is embassy.passportindia.gov.in. So, and this is how it looks like. You need to, so this is the portal where you mention what country you're from, and according to that you create a portal for yourself, right? You create from what country you're applying the PCC for, and you create a login portal for yourself, like a user profile for yourself. So in here in the drop down you see, like, this is like little funny. Yeah, sorry, so I got driven away. Okay, so in here you will see there's a Canada option here, so I'll just click on Canada. There are 4 options here on the right side of the screen, as you see. First one is register, second is track status, third is user login, fourth is embassy consulate connect, right? So because if this is the first time you're applying for a PCC, or you never had a login profile before, so you will be, of course, registering first. So in register, it's a very simple form, nothing much complicated. So here you will be filling out these 10 fields that is there. So after filling all of this, right, you will be confirmed and you will be given a user portal to have access to. I have successfully logged into my portal. It says welcome and whatever my name is. Of course, I cannot show you the applications that I have, all the numbers and everything. It's of course personal, so I cannot. Sorry. But anyways, so here you will see there are. If you see these red lines, I hope you're able to see it. Let's see. Yep. So you see these red lines. In these red lines, there will be an option that says apply for police clearance certificate. So there are other options as well, like apply for ordinary passport, blah blah blah. So but we will be just focusing on police clearance certificate. And after clicking here, again there will be a full form, like a 7 pages form that will open up. First and foremost is passport details. So we will be entering the purpose of PCC. In your case, in my case, it has been immigration purposes other than citizenship, because we are moving towards PR or other things, but we are not going towards citizenship right now. So immigration purposes other than citizenship, right? Second one is region, country, for which PCC is required. कौन सी country के लिए PCC required है? In this case it will be Canada, because we are applying it from Canada. Then it asks for passport number, right? Passport number you need to enter, and make sure all these details are correct, because it matters a lot here, right? So date of issue, date of expiry, place of issue, file number, all these things are on your passport, so don't worry about anything that you have to come up from yours. Going to the next page, it says applicant details, right? So it was passport previously, and now we are talking about applicant details. Given name, last name, gender, date of birth, marital status, all of this, not marital status, but all the other things are coming from your passport. So make sure to look into your passport for all these details, because it has to match, right? Now it asks for PAN ID, voter ID, Aadhaar number, right? If you have. So Aadhaar card is something that we all have, so I entered Aadhaar card. If you have PAN card, you can enter. If you have voter, you can enter. I had all of these, but I still entered just Aadhaar number, because it's not needed, right? So anyways, so I entered all of this, and now we'll go to the next page. So going to the next page, it talks about family details. So you need to give out the family details, like all the information, like nothing much, just they are asking for the names, that's it, right? So they ask for father's given name, father's surname, mother's given name, mother's surname, legal guardian's name, and their surname if there is any. So always make sure to look at the if applicable bracket. So if it's not important, it will just say if applicable, and just don't there's no need to fill it out unless there is that you need to provide. Here I will really tell you, please make sure to use all of this information from your passport, because this was one of the mistake that I did, and that's why my PCC was rejected at one point. So make sure that your passport details resembles with what you're entering here, because otherwise it will just get rejected and come back to you, right? You don't want to have that, honestly. Next up, applicant address details. So we will be entering address in India and present address in country of domicile. Of course, all of this has to come from, I cannot say that enough, all of this has to come from your passport. It has to match, right? And anything that I think doesn't match, okay, police station. So you need to know what police station is nearby your place. So there's a little button that says know your police station. So I'll just right click and open a new tab for that, and it will tell me the information about the police stations that are nearby my address. So according to that, please make sure to select the correct police station and enter that over here, right? After that, enter your mobile number, email ID, and telephone. So make sure all of the numbers that you have for India, like where, for example, your parents might be living, right? Just make sure to enter all of their numbers here, so that if the police personnel calls them, they if one of the numbers doesn't work, then the other one should. Because if even the numbers don't work, then there's no way they can do the verification, right? So then it can be rejected after going to India. So make sure to you have the correct numbers in, right? After that, you enter the email ID for them or yourself, it doesn't matter. They just have the email ID there just to inform you that they're about to come to your place address. So that's another thing. They will be coming, the police person will be coming to your place to verifying all the details, right? So make sure your parents know about it or your legal guardian knows about it, right? And if we go under that, there is present address and country of domicile. So country of domicile is currently the country that you're living in. So I live in Canada, so I will be entering Canada here, right? After that, I will be entering all the details, mobile number, telephone number if I have any, all that kind of stuff will be coming here, right? So going to the next page, this is more like a yes and no kind of questions that we have here. So it asks you for all the previous criminal records that you had, if you had any. In my case, there were none. So it asks you a couple of questions. Do you have any sermons, or do you have been arrested, or you have you ran out of India, or do all of this stuff? Like, just go through all of them and just select yes or no based on your based on your reality. So I will be having no for all of this, because I haven't had the chance to meet the law enforcement, so that's I'm very proud of. So here, next, the last step is it just gives you the details, like in a very short version. It tells you, okay, this will be printed, so make sure all of this is correct, right? After that, here it just gives me the details like PCC form summary, right? So it gives me all the details whatever I entered. So it will tell me, this is the information that you entered. So make sure that it is correct, right? So you should not. So here's the thing: once you submit this form, you won't be able to edit anything, right? Unless, so there's another way that you can do that, is like you can create a new PCC application, but that will be a new one that won't be using the same application number. So make sure all the information is correct at the time of submission that you are about to do now, right? In this case, everything looks good to me, so I will be entering. So at the very end, it tells me I agree, and I click on that, and then it asks me to enter the place. So in my case, it's Toronto, so I will be entering Toronto and then submitting it. That's it. After that, it will create an application number for you, and I will show you that in the portal. Here's the important part. So now you need to download this application, because this is the application that you need to download, print out, and then use the photograph that I told you in the previous step, use that and paste it on the application and also sign it. It will tell you where to sign. So I'll just click on the application that I want, right? There will be a button that says print application form. After that, it will open up the application for you. Once you get the application, there will be two areas that you need to sign. You need to actually sign the application, right? And also paste the picture on it, on the the part where it will tell you, just one picture. After that, staple it. All the paperwork that I told you, just put it all together and then go to Purelator. Over there, you need to tell them that you need a to and fro package. You will be need a to and fro shipment. So what does that mean is, you will be paying for the application to go, and also to get back the application, right? To get back the not the application but the actual PCC, because they don't pay for it, right? So the application fee doesn't cover the the travel, right? So the whatever the shipment expenses, right? So it doesn't cover that. So you need to make sure that you're paying for the Purelator for sending it through, and also taking it having it back, right? So all of that will be, of course, all the information will be given to you by the Purelator guy over there. So make sure to go to a Purelator and they will help you out. So in this case, the address will be BLS for the Brampton, because we are living in Toronto. So it will be for BLS Brampton. So the BLS Brampton's address is, I believe, 40 Gillingham Drive. Just make sure to look it up on Google and get the correct address, and then send it to them, right? And when you will requesting back the shipment, it will be to your own address. So make sure to tell them all that information, and yeah, that will be it. So for the Purelator, just so you know the estimate, if you're sending it anywhere from outside Brampton, it will be costing you around $30 or $40 to send, and then $30, I believe, to get it back. So it is kind of expensive. So for me, it took $80, right? In total, I think 80 or 90, I'm not sure 100%, but that's what I paid. So make sure to know about that cost as well, right? So yeah, this basically covers it all, how to do all the process, right? And now coming to the question where when do we need this, right? So make sure, if you think like you have applied for Express Entry profile, and now you think like the draw is coming out pretty soon, right? So make sure that you have PCC with you. So once you have an estimate, like it will be coming for the next draw or whatever, just make sure to apply for PCC at the very second, and then it will take around 2 months to get back to you, and after that it will be done, right? So you will have that. The PCC is valid for 6 months, but if you haven't had a trip back to India after getting a PCC, then the 6 months older PCC will can be even used, right? So it doesn't matter if your PCC is expired, but you haven't been back to India, so then you can use the same PCC. In my case, now coming back to coming back to the interesting part, why I applied for PCC 4 times. So I will tell you the timelines for each of them. So first time ever I applied for PCC was when I got my work permit. When I got the work permit, it was fairly new, when fairly fresh, when TR to PR was there. So when I got my work permit, TR to PR was done, right? So it was completed. I couldn't apply for it. So I thought TR to PR was there, so there will be something again coming up. So I applied for PCC, right? So I applied for PCC. I got it within, like, I don't know, very quickly. So it came to me, and then I waited for the draw. Nothing came up. Then I came to know about another like program, about a OINP program, that they told me that I can be selected for that, right? So I made sure to apply for PCC again, because someone told me that a PCC older than 6 months doesn't work. All the people have different opinions. I don't know why. So that's what I saw, and then I had to apply for PCC for the second time. Again, same information, everything. Payment was also made and everything. So I applied for PCC the second time. So then, due to unfortunate circumstances, I had to go back to India in an emergency. Some of you already know what was the emergency. My dad passed away, so I had to go back to India. At that point, my PCC became invalid because I left the country, right? I came back, and then I saw some progress in my employment status. So I thought it's the time to apply for PCC, and now I guess 3 months ago I applied for PCC again. It took 3 weeks. Then they gave me a message saying that my PCC has been sent back. My PCC application has been sent back due to a clerical error. So the clerical error was so simple that, I don't think that they should have done that, right? It just costed the customer, like in customer is me in this case, money to, send it through again, and a lot of hassle again. So basically it was a surname issue that I entered it incorrectly in my application, and that caused me to, get a rejected application. That's why I'm saying make sure to check all the details that you're putting in with your passport. If anything's wrong, they will just send it back, right? So after that, I was so frustrated. I went to Brampton, so I thought, like, I will get enough time because I was free that day. So I went to Brampton to do this process in person, but the lineup was huge. You won't believe, I was standing there for like an hour and a half, but I couldn't get in. And at the very end of the time window, they told me, they can't take any more people to come in. I don't know, like, they have this insane thing that they don't come out in the line to tell you that you will be still standing, but you might not get a chance to go in, right? I don't know, like, if they would have told us that, then, I wouldn't have been standing there for like an hour like a fool, right? Other people were also there. At least there were like 100 people who were standing outside and just waiting for their turn, and they were all, furious because, at the very end they were told to go back. Nothing's gonna happen today. But anyways, I was so frustrated. I couldn't think of coming back tomorrow because, I don't live nearby Brampton. So I had to. What I did was, same day I went to Purelator. The same day I went to just Brampton's Purelator and just given them all the documents and just did the post, because I didn't want again to, even waste a day to do this, right? Because I was there the whole day, and I thought, like, let's go to Purelator, just get it done with. I don't want to come back to Brampton to, do the whole process again. So I submitted the whole file and everything with Purelator that day, and then I just, I was like, okay, this time I should not be getting any error, any things. Like, I have checked everything twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, everything is done. So this time should not be happening, right? So this was the fourth time I applied for my PCC. Like, yeah. So now I have gotten some good news that my PCC has been, has now started going to India. Like, it tells you like where to track it. So on the BLS website, website that we have here, there's a on the very right you see a track application button. So basically, you click on that, you will be able to track your PCC application as where it is sitting. So currently, my PCC application has gone to India to do the verification, of course. So that's a good step, that my clerical things that were errors that were there earlier were solved, and now they don't have any issues with that. So that helped me now. So now I can be, sure that I will get a PCC back. I will get my correct information back. So now I can expect a PCC in couple of days, right? So that's what I'm very happy about. So that's everything. That was all about the PCC. So this whole video I made just so that I can tell you about all the process of PCC. I know it's kind of cumbersome process, but this is something we have to deal with the current state of technology that they have. They don't have anything online, so we have to do it all postal or in person. So it has to be all hard copies and everything. So I hope you like this video. Please make sure to leave a comment for any kind of questions that you have, for any queries you have. I just invested a lot of time in this just so that I can clearly explain each and everything to you, so that you don't make a mistake that I made at one of the thing and one of the point. So make sure to like also if you like my effort for explaining you the whole process. And I want to see you in the next time. I want to see you next time in my next video. So make sure to subscribe and also like this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Till then, peace out. To be peaceful there. बाय बाय. इसका नाम पिंकू है. बाय बाय.